Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, and tonight we'll be discussing the breaking news of traviskelce proposing to Taylor Swift publicly. This is going around the charts, so I figured I'd make a video of it, see how many views I get, which is always fun. I have done several videos on comic book movie news and other trades popping off, but this was happening tonight, so I figured I'd jump on it. So going into this, traviskelce, Chiefs player, star of the team, and the tight end NFL star, proposed to Taylor Swift in Missouri Garden, so this is really cool. We're also hearing from Ed, which is the father of traviskelce, that he really proposed to her 2 weeks ago. So this is speculatory at best right now, but we have heard that there was going to be some news regarding Taylor, whether that would be her new album dropping or maybe the fact that she'd be getting into production and films. We didn't know, but this is a personal announcement, which is good for her achievement in life. This is one of the relationships a lot of people have been speculating on whether or not she would be sticking with him, or this was just a fad that people were wondering when he was going to pop the question. But yeah, very interesting stuff here that he is from Missouri, so it's nice that he stuck to proposing in his hometown. I'm sure he picked a very good spot, hence the cover photo, the thumbnail. Let me go into, let's see, New York Times has a good article on it. The news is announced on Instagram. Your English teacher and your, let's see, can I get out of here? See, some of them put up a little bit of ads, but sign up to New York Times. Let's go to here. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. So yeah, very nice post they talk about there. Let's see, People News are covering it. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, so traviskelce and Taylor Swift 2 weeks ago at his home, his dad Ed revealed. It's very interesting. Taylor Swift, traviskelce announced their engagement on August 26th, showing us several photos of the romantic proposal. In an interview on News 5, John Kelce, Kelce's father Ed revealed that the proposal took place 2 weeks ago at Travis's home. Going on, Ed Kelce sharing the detail of his son Travis' romantic proposal to Taylor Swift. So yeah, very interesting set photos they have for Ed. Continue to go on to her. Let's get out of here. He got her out there, and they were about to go out to dinner, and he said, "Let's go out and have a glass of wine." They got out there, and when he asked her, it was beautiful. So very interesting stuff there from the family. They got big pictures of the wedding ring, which a lot of people are speculating on how big the carat diamond is. So that's very cool. Let's see if we have another article to go into real quick, because I do have a bit of movie coverage to go into. Not that much, but I have a bit. So let's see. More news articles. Okay, ESPN's covering, of course, in-game, traviskelce, Taylor Swift engagement, details revealed. Let's see. Try to find some place where they won't give me a bunch of ads. USA Today. Slade, BBC BBC is reporting on it, and even the president currently is wishing them luck in their relationship, which is very interesting for his cabinet meeting. So it literally broke the internet, if you will. AP News, CBS Sports is covering it. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce got engaged. 3 new details about the proposal. Of course, one, the proposal happened on August 9th or 10th, according to Ed in this latest podcast. Also, we got Travis wanted to share the big news. I got a FaceTime call while I was at practice. As soon as I saw the FaceTime, I saw it was Travis. Yada yada yada. Proposal took place near Kansas City, so they're discussing the location a bit. And then the third was why the couple waited to make their announcement. Travis and Taylor waited more than 2 weeks before sharing their news with the world. According to Ed, Travis agreed that the news would be shared whenever Taylor was ready to share it. So when you are going to announce the engagement, Ed said, you asked his son. He said, whenever Taylor says so. Letting your fiance decide when you announce the engagement is always the right move. So you wanted to respect her wishes. Of course, this is a big deal in their part of their lives, part of their growing relationship. So it's all good news there. So going into a bit more movie news, guys, for your classic moviegoer and television watcher. There has been a bit of controversy on Love Island, of course, with the picks returning of this season, this cast, just because of how last season went. Very interesting stuff there. What's going on? I can actually pull up a article real quick on controversy, because there's been several. Seen season 7. Love Island USA season 7 reunion addresses bullying allegations, controversial breakups, and more. So that was just 17 hours ago. So let's go into that real quick. Love Island USA season 7 reunion cast addresses bullying allegations and reveals unseen footage, which they always do this at the end of each season. They do a whole reunion season, which is very interesting. We've also got Him, which is the new Jordan Peele movie coming out on September 19th. So really excited about that horror and sports related film. Very interesting stuff. I'm seeing an ad about it right now, so I just figured I'd talk about it. But going back into the Love Island controversy, we've got, let's see, Love Island USA season 7 reunion brought the cast together for the first time since July 13th finale. Rumors were put to rest. Let's get out of this ad. Okay. Rumors were put to rest, including Brian Antries and Ara Epinal's cheating speculation. I'm not sure any of these people's names, guys, so bear with me here. Chaley Basmete, Orlanta Chaletha, and Huda Musfari finally hashing out their letters claiming of bullying in the villa and racial vitriol widespread online. So yeah, spewed online. So yeah, they talk about how I guess people that were following them or people who knew them back home where they lived were trolling them while they were doing the competition, and of course they couldn't look at their phones during the 3 weeks that they were supposed to be engaged and going through the proposal ceremony, tasks, all their stupid games. But when they got their phones back, they noticed that they had been trolled heavily, which I guess happens every season or two. They do warn you that when you have a social media account following. If you're an influencer, expect this to happen when you go onto these shows, right? But Love Island Reunion Season 7 has come and gone, and the bombshells with the fans forever. Over a month after the latest installment of the Peacock dating series came to a close, nabbing the title, women couple Islanders come back together for a special reunion episode hosted by, of course, the hosts, Monday night. But yeah, very interesting stuff here. Let's see what else. Long-awaited reunion Season 7 headline, making cast featured unseen footage from the controversial dumpings and challenges, update on the couple's current relationship statuses, and more. Brian addresses cheating allegations. Okay, let's get into the tea. Let's spill the tea. While discussing where the couples stand after July's season finale, Andy asked Brian about the cheating allegations floated from TikTok video of him hosting a party and allegedly getting handsy with another woman. The 28-year-old shut down the speculation, saying fans are trying to just throw any hate my way. And with the cheating video, the hosting I got, paid to be there. I used to bartend back in the day. I had a lapse of judgment and weave. He and Aliyah talked about it. So, when asked about the lapse in judgment, Brian shared that he was pouring shots around, giving the crowd shots and stuff like that. So it was just a friendly environment that they happened to capture at the moment. He's claiming that he wasn't cheating, he was just being friendly in the video, which is an interesting way to cover. Andy then asked Chris about that night, since he was out with Brian on the night of the alleged cheating. I didn't see. Chris responded before adding that he told Brian not to listen to negative comments on the internet. So this is just getting better and better. Amaya defended her winning partner, adding, "We definitely spoke about it, and I'm not a woman that would be with someone who doesn't respect me. So I'm still with him. It's clearly because the relationship dynamic is healthy and great." So, Chris shoots down the idea of a friendship with Huda after her disparaging interviews. As the first couple in fiancé history to break up in the finale, it was expected that things would be awkward between Chris and Huda, but the awkwardness exacerbated the completely different vibes between the former couple of the union. While Huda was saying things were fine between the two, Chris asserted that it was very weird on my end and confirmed that the two were not on friendly terms. So, okay. Going on, just gonna see if there's any more juicy bits. Let's see. Huda admits she went too far in heart rate challenge. A long-awaited extended footage of the season's heart rate challenge was played to show the controversial dance between Huda and Ace that led to the end of her friendship with Clea. After watching the clip that showed her licking Ace's crotch and twerking in his face after Clea and Chris had stopped their portion, Huda acknowledged that she took it a step too far for certain people and do apologize if she made anyone feel uncomfortable. Everything was consensual, she added. There was no limitations, and we all made that very clear at the beginning of the challenge. So, very interesting. I think that's pretty much all of the drama there in Love Island Season 7. But I figured I'd address it real quick because I've been hearing about it on the news. So like I said, starting off with the Taylor Swift news that she's blowing up on the internet about her engagement. We've also got Harry Styles is reportedly dating Zoe Kravitz. They have been seen together in Rome. I'm not the speculating type, but this is apparently being floated in the interwebs, so I'm going with it until I'm hearing otherwise. Bees apparently have been making honey after they've eaten M&Ms from a nearby factory. So now we've got bees making blue honey, which is something very interesting to hear about in the world. Tom Holland has stepped away from shooting on Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day. Apparently we've got his stunt doubles coming in to shoot scenes with numerous villains. So that's really exciting news. It would be kind of cool to see Tom Holland shoot scenes with numerous villains, but of course he's done his work for the film, and they're replacing him with the stand-in doubles. We've also got the breaking news that Dexter Original Sin got canceled after just one season, and that's primarily because of the Skydance merger with Paramount. The new leadership is not confident in the show. They are, however, loving the results of Dexter Resurrection. They are boosting and boasting the writer's room to come up with new ideas for season 2. But it's very interesting to see that I did not watch Original Sin. I heard good things about it, and of course they sold it on physical media. You can still pick it up in the store. But very interesting to hear it got canceled. But they are, of course, working on more Dexter projects with Resurrection. So that's very fascinating for all those Dexter fans. We've also got, let's see, strategic shifts going on at Paramount, them leading to develop a new Top Gun 3 that's been reported on. That wants to be fast-tracked, apparently. Sports, all kinds of sports coverage is going to be coming through UFC and different things through Paramount as well. Those contracts are being negotiated. Hayleyatwell has been seen on set of Avengers Doomsday to shoot her scenes. That's Captain Peggy Carter, so that's really cool, from What If. I'm a fan of that show, so I like that. She's going to be in it. Breaking Star Wars news, guys. For anybody who cares out there in the galaxy far, far away, they've recently put on Disney Plus the Lego Star Wars Galaxy Rebuild, which is a very interesting concept for a show. I know a lot of people don't like the childish Star Wars television series, and I'm a big fan of Lego, so I really liked it. But it is very interesting that they made a very big lore cameo in Legends. We got Darth Revan with the purple and red lightsaber. He made his first cameo appearance in this Star Wars Galaxy Rebuild show, which I thought was very interesting. I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, they will bring him into live action now that they've got new creatives with Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. I believe they have a few more there, like Bryce Dallas Howard, that can get the ball rolling with some of these television series. After Mandalorian and Grogu, we're hearing that Star Wars Rogue Squadron is being brought back to life, and it's set to start shooting next year with Patty Jenkins. So that's really fun to hear about too from Star Wars. And we are hearing that let's see, where do we got that? Okay, so yeah, we talked about they're doing a Star Wars Battlefront 3 After the success of Andor, a lot of people came back online and started playing the game again. So that's really cool. Apparently, Ian McGregor is also boasting about how he wants them to personally campaign for Andor Season 3. I don't really know how that would work, given the way the story ended. But of course, he wants to continue the universe, continue the story. He was recently in the news talking about how he's going to watch all of Clone Wars. So that was really fascinating. But yeah, Ginacarano has won her court lawsuit with Lucasfilm, so they are in fact going to have to pay her residuals for projects she would have normally already had out, like Rogue Squadron and other things. And her character Cara Dune is going to be coming back to the Star Wars universe, so that's very fascinating to hear. She managed to gain the help of Elon Musk and his lawyers to get her to come back to the workforce and get her story told again. So I think that's really interesting. It's cool to hear that. I don't really think that someone should have gotten necessarily fired for their political views on set, cracking jokes and things like that. These are not things that are legible for firing, I don't believe, personally. And I'm glad to hear that she's coming back, because she's one of the last people of Alderaan that we have in the universe. So they shouldn't have gotten rid of her, in my opinion. But yeah, what do you guys think of all this news that's coming out right now? Nightcrawler claims that he didn't know who he was shooting with on Avengers Doomsday because they were giving people fake names to try to hide the character reveals. All this stuff. Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. got in a big fight with several other actors and was called back to the set to reshoot scenes alone. So that's interesting. Quentin Tarantino was recently in the news. He wanted to make a Silver Surfer movie back in the day when he was doing Reservoir Dogs, but unfortunately the studio didn't trust him with enough, he didn't have enough experience, they said, and they didn't like his tone. So that was unfortunate that we could have gotten a Silver Surfer standalone film from Quentin Tarantino. He's also recently been in the trades, talking about how the current era of filmmaking is one of the worst in Hollywood history. He's likening it to the 1950s as terms of comparing it to cinematic quality. He emphasizes that on the franchise films and sequels often are the expense of the original storytelling, and that's a big contributing factor to the decline of Hollywood. So, very interesting news that Quentin Tarantino was spitting out. Stuff that primarily a lot of us already know in the movie, television, widestream base. But it's good to hear this from big Hollywood insiders as well. Icespice has made her acting debut alongside Denzel Washington in Highest to Lowest. It's playing right now in theaters. Highly recommend you guys check it out. So yeah, be sure to stay up to date with the movie news, all things happening streaming wise. Let me know what you think of the coverage. If you're not already following, be sure to leave a like. You can follow the channel here on YouTube, but also on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at SceneScreenGuru. Till next time, guys, thank you very much, and have a good one. Bye-bye.